What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Part-Time Nerd Podcast with your pals Alan and Rapid Dave. I'm Alan.
I'm RD. What up?
Not much. How's it going?
Not great, Bill. Not great
Oh
at all.
no! Oh no! Oh no!
I feel like I
Yeah.
just wasted an hour and 48 minutes of my life.
Oh geez.
I'll never get it back.
Gee. So you said hour 48 on this one.
That's what the movie says.
2026. This movie came out, The Long Walk, based off of Stephen King's story or book. Um, kind
Is
of
it
like the Hunger.
2026? Yeah, I got September 10th, 2025.
Is it 2025? Okay, 2025 then.
Is it looking? Oh, okay. It might just be.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah,
I,
it says
I
2025.
this is like the one time I didn't write that stuff down at the top of here.
Ah,
I just assumed it came out this year.
jeez.
I knew it wasn't that long ago. This hasn't been out for long. It just came out on HBO Max. But yeah, before we get into this one, what do you got on it?
Teens participate in a grueling high-stakes contest where they must continuously walk or be shot by a member of their military escort. Yeah, September 10th, 2025, hour and 48 minutes. Stories by Stephen King. It's a rated R. Yeah, that's all. That's all I got.
Yeah. So it's kind of almost like a Hunger Games type thing, right? Although you find out through it, like everybody volunteers for it.
Kind of weird, right?
Even though you don't have to, everybody does. And they kind of talk about how that's kind of weird. They're like, just think about it. Yeah, everyone volunteers, but do you know anyone who doesn't volunteer?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, well, no. They're like, well, so is it really optional, right? But essentially, they take 50 kids, and they're all boys.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, wow.
and I think I want to say they have to be like adults. Like, I
Well,
think
it
they
just says
have to
boy.
be.
It says 50 boys. So, they don't say men.
Or a certain age, because like the one kid, there was that one young kid, and they're like, "How old are you, kid?" And he said he was 18, and they're like, "Yeah, he lied about his age to get here,"
Oh, God.
type thing, right? That was that kid that did that. But and essentially, you just start walking, and you have to walk 3 miles per an hour.
Yeah.
Um, and you just keep walking until there's one left, and that's it.
And
And
all
there's
have
a
boots on. No one's got walking shoes on. But I
There's a
guess
couple people that had shoes. I saw some shoes.
I saw some Chucks.
Yeah,
That's not comfortable to walk in either. So I guess I'd rather
no.
have boots. But yeah, I guess it's set in the 50s or 70s. Yeah. Set in a
Is it?
dystopian 1970s. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and there's a major played by Mark Hamill.
I was out as soon as I saw him. I was like, I'm out on this movie. It's
Oh
already
my
stupid.
gosh.
It's already the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I'm so tired of your hate for Mark Hamill. It's
It's his
ridiculous.
fault, not mine.
But they talk about, hey, you walk until you can't walk anymore. You're going to get 3 warnings. After your third warning, you get a ticket. They tell you get your ticket. Turns out your ticket is getting shot in the head.
I think I get punched. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
And they showed I was like, why? I thought it was going to be one of those where they're still walking off and you can see the body in the distance and then you hear the gunshot. No, every damn one was like up close and personal, blowing these kids' heads off.
what's up for the kids that ran away? Like a couple of them tried to run away, right?
Yeah, they just got
And
back.
they just unloaded on them. But you're focused on these 2 main characters, Garrity and Pete.
Mhm.
Who, they talk about, hey, on the walk, don't make friends. Well, there's actually a group of 4 of them. They become the 4 Musketeers, and they're kind of looking out for each other, right? They're like, hey, let's look out for each other. Let's take care of each other on this walk. And again, it's just walking. And I think they did a pretty good job of building suspense in this movie, even though there's not a ton of action. It's just walking, right? I think the actors did a good job. All the guys that were walking, I thought they did good. Um, and just kind of the way they built some drama between them. As opposed to the last movie we watched, They Will Kill You. This movie actually made you care about these characters. I thought, like, I actually did care about these main characters and things as the movie's going on.
I'm kind of heartless, and I'm like, no. I was like, can they just stop walking right now and just let this be over? Because I am just done. I don't care. I don't care. You know what I mean? I was like, let's just go. Let's just get it over with, man. So
It was, but
there's like some shred. The shit talking, the BS back and forth, oh my
Yeah,
god.
the drink was dead because one guy was talking about his mom, right? And, he went after him, which they were getting warnings for not and I guess I don't know if they had dropped down below the speed or if they're getting warnings because of they were going after each other,
I think that was
right?
what the warnings for on that one. You could
It's
get
what I
random different warnings. Of course, you gotta take a drop a deuce, you know what I mean? And they're like, "Hey, you gotta keep walking." Like,
but number 45, he died because had to take a shit, like, he had
Yeah.
diarrhea, and, like,
Oh god.
he kept squatting and getting up, and he's just like, "I can't." They're like, "Dude, just let it go down your leg, it's better than dying."
Gross.
He's like, "No, I can't," and yeah, he got too many warnings, and he was done. The one dude who broke his ankle,
Oh,
like,
that
and he
ugh.
that was just like, "Oh, man." You got
He's
the
like,
one
"I
guy
twisted my ankle." I was like, "That isn't a twist, buddy." It's like,
that's not a twist. That's not how you don't walk on the side of your foot like that if you have a twisted ankle.
yeah.
I've twisted my ankle before.
Ugh,
That's not how this works.
ugh.
But yeah, I mean, they end up walking in total 331 miles. It's like 6 days of nonstop walking. Like there's no breaks.
No?
You don't sleep. You just keep walking. And like there's a couple times where like Pete's holding up Garrity while Garrity's kind of sleeping,
Mhm.
right? And
Yeah.
still walking, like he's sleepwalking. Um, you find out that Garrity's his stake in it is the major killed his dad because his dad's kind of clinging to the old ways, uh, having him read books and things like that that are illegal now, and teaching him things. And so his whole thing is, if you win this, you get untold fortunes and you get a wish. And he's going to wish for a gun, and not just a gun, but a gun that one of the soldiers is holding, and he wants to kill the major.
Yeah.
That's his whole purpose. And Pete, who's more of this optimistic guy, is like, "No, man, you can't live like that. You got to see the good in things. You got to do good if you do this." And so they've kind of got that going back and forth. But yeah, it's just there were some cool deaths, like the one guy who was like runs in front of the tank and gets his legs run over by the tank. You're like, oh,
Ugh,
that's not
ugh,
going to work out for you, you
ugh.
know. Hank goes after one of the guys with the gun. He
Mhm.
takes the gun like he's going kamikaze style. He's like, "You know what? I'm gonna take some of you guys out with me." He didn't end up doing it. Someone else did later though.
Yeah.
Uh,
Harkness, I
ended up
think his name was.
yeah, he ends up taking a couple guys out.
Mhm.
You find out this other guy's Stebbins is the major is actually his dad. He's a bastard child, you know. And his whole thing was he just wanted his dad to accept him, and that was going to be his wish. Like,
Jesus.
accept me. I've completed this. Uh, but yeah, and what was it? At mile 286, Garrity loses his shoes. Like he has a blowout. And they're like, dude, just get rid of them both. It's gonna be more taxing to walk with just one shoe. Just get rid of them both. And so he ends up going, what is that, another 50 miles with no shoes?
You
Just
imagine?
socks.
You imagine that? Oh god.
Oh my gosh, dude, I could not imagine, when it eventually gets down to Pete and Garrity
Mhm.
at the end. And at this point in time, then they let crowds are allowed to kind of amass as you're getting towards the end of it. So they get to the city and there's crowds all around them. And Pete's like, "Nope, I'm done." And Gary's like, "No, you're not. No, keep walk with me a little bit further." And then he gets them up, and they're both kind of on their last warning.
Mhm.
And then he gets Pete up, he gets Pete walking again, and then Garrity just sits down. It's like, "I'm done.
Yeah.
Can't do it." And so little gets you a little bit on that. And you got Pete, who's the main, he's the guy that sees good in everything. And he just watched Garrity get killed, and they're like, the major's like, "What's your wish?" He goes, "I want a carbine." He's like, "All right, we'll get you one." He goes, "Nope, I want that one."
Yeah. I want that one right there, man.
And the guy's like, "That's fine, give it to him. He's all positive. He wants to do good with this. He's not gonna do anything. He just went through all this. He's not gonna shoot anybody." And the first thing he does is pick it up, points to the major. He's like, "I'm not." Like,
Yeah.
yeah. And then he ends up shooting him, and then
I don't
he's, like,
know.
walking away, like,
Walks
I
off.
don't know if here's one thing about I like Stephen King, but, like, sometimes the endings to the stuff he does is left very, like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
Like
I assume he just got shot after he shot, and then that was just, him dying or something
right.
like that, because everybody's gone.
Right.
So, but, no, it's like he drops to the floor, and then right before that, they pick him up. I go, "He ain't getting back to his feet. He just walked 6 effing days. That dude ain't getting back on his feet for nothing." Like, but anyway, yeah, that's how I interpret it. It's like, because
Yeah.
all of a sudden it's raining and there's nobody around, and
Yeah.
and so I was like, yeah, that's how it
Yeah.
ended.
And that's what you assume. But yeah, you're just like, really? That's the ending we get?
I
Like,
sat there, I was like, maybe there's more. So I watched all this stuff. I was like, just left it on. I go, what a stupid ass ending. It's like, like, after watching, I watched real quick. Hold on. I watched an hour and 48 minutes of 50 a-holes just walking down the damn road. And that's what you're
mhm.
gonna, that's how you're going to pay it off. Thanks. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, it was like, what was the other Stephen King movie? The Mist,
Yeah.
right? Where they're getting ready to get out of the mist, but they don't realize it. And then everyone just starts killing themselves, right? They've got this whole murder suicide thing. And it
Mhm.
gets down to the last guy, and before he's able to kill himself, all these military come running in and save him. And he's like, I just killed two of these. What? And you're just like, what the fuck? But yeah.
Yeah.
Um I did like this movie. I thought the acting was real good. I thought they did a good job of building the characters, making you care about the characters. It's not something that I'll watch again, but yeah, I did enjoy it. Um, one thing that I thought was cool because I remember when this came out, and I remember hearing about this, and I went and looked it up just to make sure I was right with this. They had special screenings of this that you can go and see when it came out in theaters, where you watched it on a treadmill and you had to walk 3 miles per an hour. And if you fell below 3 miles per an hour, they pulled you out of the movie theater and you didn't get to finish watching the movie.
I never even heard of this movie till you told me to go watch it. You
Yeah.
know what? I wanted to see how far they actually walked. AI says the actors walked a combined total of close to 400 miles on set. The cast averaged about 8 to 15 miles per day, with some grueling shooting days reaching up to 30 miles that they filmed in extreme 100-degree heat. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Officially in the movie, it was 331 miles,
Yeah.
like, that the characters walked. But
Mhm.
yeah,
I thought it was
because
crazy as hell.
they get right to that 331 mile, and then that's when everything kinda.
I looked up and see what the longest walk was. Someone like continuously, I think it was like 500 some change. Like I was like, all right, so this is obviously, they could probably do that if they had to. I guess they knew they're gonna die. But yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not making it. IMDb 6.7 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes 88%. Again, I can't trust Rotten Tomatoes on anything. And this one, a lot of people had like a lot of good things to say about this movie. I was like, oh, cool, good for you. I don't. It's just not. It's not for me. I'll give it a middle, but I'll never watch it again.
Yeah, like I said, I enjoyed it. I thought they did a good job of building the characters, making you care about the characters. Um, but it's not something I'll be like, oh, the long walk's on. Let me watch that. No, I watched it once and I'm good, right?
Yeah.
I'm okay after having seen it. Um, the Long Walk is a tense, emotional thriller that proves you don't need constant action to keep your audience hooked. The movie builds suspense through its characters, forcing them to make impossible choices while the pressure never lets up. Strong performances and a relentless sense of dread make every mile matter. It's not an easy watch, but if you enjoy thought provoking stories with high stakes and psychological tension, The Long Walk is well worth the journey. Boom.
We're talking about the ages. It says, I think it was IMDb that said that it's teenage boys. So yeah, they were 18 and 19 years old. So
Okay.
around that.
Yeah.
And then obviously you had some of that was like, oh, he's a little bit younger. But
Yeah.
anyways, yeah, I'm just glad it's over, man. I'm tired of it. I'll never watch it again. Thanks for introducing this crap to me. And yeah, I'll see you next time. I'm just gonna stop watching these movies.
No, you're not. No, you're not. We're gonna keep watching movies because that's what we do. We watch movies and then we talk about it. So, but have you guys seen The Long Walk? What do you guys think about it? Do you like it? What do you think of that ending? Are you like, come on, do better? Or you know what? No, that ending was great. It was, blah 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 blah. I don't know. You guys tell us what you think.
You know,
As always, guys, I'm Alan.
I'm RD.
We'll talk to you later. Deuces.